Hello, everyone. Today I've chosen a topic from chapter 13, this being about fallacies and the two different types of fallacies. So, a fallacy is an error or flaw in a speech that shows a disconnect within the content and the conclusion, creating the speech to be kind of invalid or weakened by the fallacies that are in the speech. And these fallacies can be seen throughout speeches. They are very hidden and they're hard to find, which is kind of why I'm discussing them. So the first kind of fallacy is an informal fallacy, which is basically just overall the error in reasoning of your content. It shows that there is no reason that you should make this like a conclusion off the content that you show in a speech. And because of this, you have to research the information that you have first before changing the conclusion. Because if your information is overall wrong, then once you get the information correct, you can change your conclusion in the way that the information gives it to you. So one example of this would be appealing to emotion. So especially like right now with all the political climate today, the appeal to emotion is very high because people will either in America go to the left or right side in a lot of their like speeches or persuasive like writings or anything. So they'll appeal to one side, which is actually weakening their speech because when they do that, they are gaining some followers, but they're also heavily losing them because you're not going to the other side. If you stay neutral, more people will pay attention to the speech that you're giving. So another fallacy is the formal fallacy, which instead of showing error in reasoning, it shows a kind of is more of the disconnect between the conclusion and the content, showing that it doesn't the conclusion that you make does not follow the content that you put out in your speech. And because of this, rather than looking at the content, you have to look at the overall structure, which didn't really make much sense to me until I like looked at the examples. So one example was the masked man fallacy, which is basically when saying a speech and you jump to conclusions. So it's like if somebody committed a crime and the only description of the person was that they were a white male. In that area, you can't go up to every white male and arrest them for that crime because you don't have enough information. So with this, it's more of finding the information and more fine point, information rather than using broad to solve a solution that could or could not be solved by what you show in the content. So, thank you.